stars will appear here. Well, comments will appear, that's better. Right, I'm just really hoping I'm in the right group. Took me a bit of time this morning to work that one out. Waiting for my cup of tea. I don't know what that little bloody star is up there, and I don't like the cut of its jib at all. Aha, good, somebody's here. Am I in the right place? That's my first concern of the day. Am I actually in the right place? Hoping so. There's a few of you arriving now. I could just tip you down a bit, couldn't I? Because I'm going to lean down for the moment until, there we are, until we get going. Oh, hang on, that's too far. Oh, this is, portrait mode. No, landscape mode is fantastic for videos, but complicated for me. Happy Christmas, I need somebody to speak to me and say happy Christmas so that I can see you're there. Hello, oh, I can see a heart coming up, that's good. I can see Anne-Marie, it's offering for you to come on video. I won't do that to you. Leslie, thank you, Susan. Hello, happy Christmas, everybody. Always just like to check. Hi, Linda, because I've got a little peculiar, oh, hang on. I think if I press, let me just press across. Does that get rid of, you see, I don't want, it says comments with stars will appear. Oh, I'll just ignore that. You know, I'm not interested in that. Oh, flipping heck, what have I done? Hang on. That's better. Sorted. Sorted. Swipe left. Oh, heavens. Do you know, why do Facebook have to change things on, of all days, Christmas Day? I'm swiping. You're a distance away. I'm swiping and I can't see your comments now. Hang on, I'm going to have to get you off the tripod so I can swipe you. Hang on, everybody. That's it. And now I've got the stupid Merry Christmas, Linda. Comments with stars. That's better. Hi, Lee. Right, I think we're sorted. I do wish Facebook wouldn't alter things, full stop. But I really wish they wouldn't alter things on Christmas Day, so that I get a different screen. It's unnerving for a girl. And good morning. Happy Christmas to everybody. I think I can see you. I can see you coming up and I can see comments coming. So that's good. If I'm missing any, it's because I'm not seeing them. Susan, hi, good morning. I think I saw Margaret up there. Hi, Sarah. Merry Christmas to everybody. Yes, indeed. Yes. Hi, Catherine. Lovely to see you. Hope you're feeling a little bit better. I know you've had a rough few months. Just seems everybody has rough times these days. Hi, Sue. Lovely to see you. Merry Christmas, everyone. I did have a Merry Christmas jumper, which I bought especially for this stream, you know, and it's so hot. I can't bear to wear it. I've got the air conditioning on to cool me down. I thought I can't wear a jumper for this. So I've now got a Merry Christmas jumper, which I'll just have to wait for next year. Hi, Debbie. Hi, Dot. Hi, Mary. Lovely to see you. Pat, Mary. Now, I know you've got both names. I presume you go by Pat, as you Pat on here. I'll call you Pat. I'll call you Pat for now. You're one of my, you're one, hang on. Dylan's under the table. Hello, God, you just kicked me in the face. I didn't know you were there, darling. Of course I'm here. Of course I'm here. Christmas stream, where else would I be? Hi, Yvonne. Happy Christmas. Happy Christmas. Yes, I'm glad you're here, Dot. I knew Anne wouldn't forbid you. As if she would dare. As if she would dare. Hi, Dee. Yes, just popping in. Hi, Gina. Lovely to see you. Has Sarah had the baby yet? Any chance? I mean, it'd be lovely if you're coming on here to say, fabulous, baby born, just arrived. I'm guessing not. But I still think it's going to arrive today. But actually, she's running out of time in Australia to have it on Christmas Day now, isn't she? Hi, Jean. Oh, lovely to see you. Merry Christmas. Hi, Pauline. Hello, Milo. Yes, Merry Christmas to everybody from Milo. And yes, Dylan has got the bed under my feet. Yeah, hard luck, Milo. I got in here first. He won that one. He dashed in first. It's disgraceful. The tea's not here yet. Christmas. Is Dot with you yet? Or are you still in separate households? Hang on, I'm going to have to choke now. No, baby. Ah, well. Okay, so we can abandon all the Christmas Day names. Then she doesn't have to be called Nicholas. And we'll have to move on. Have to think of New Year names like Spring and Rebirth. I mean, Rebirth Patterson. No, that sounds a bit dodgy actually, doesn't it? Rebirth sounds lovely for spring, but not when you apply it to a baby. Happy Christmas, Anne-Marie. Who was that? Was that Hi, Jackie. Hi, Bertha. I'll give you a proper Bertha on Christmas Day. And then a Bertha. Your English name. It's lovely to see you all. Hi, Elizabeth. Hi, Jackie. Yeah, I know it's ridiculously warm, isn't it? It's so warm here. I think I read we're having the warmest December, I don't know, in 6 million years or whatever. But it figures, and I bought a Christmas jumper specially for the stream, but there's no way I am putting a jumper on today. Just not going to happen. Ah, you're at Anne's now. You're at Anne's now. That's lovely. Hello, Dot. Hello, Anne. At Anne's. That's good. We're all settled and a thing there. Hi, Jill. Lovely to see you. I know lots of you, you domestic types will be in the middle of cooking and things like that. Bustling around with your sprouts, as you do. I'm not. As you can see, I'm bustling around with my paint, or will be in a minute. Excuse me?
Tea's on the way, darling.
Nagging for my tea. You know, a girl should have her tea of a Christmas morning, I think. Hello, Joan. Hello, Maria. I'm calling out your names only because these are the names that are coming up at the bottom of my screen. So if I haven't said hello, it's because I haven't seen you pop up yet. That's all. There's obviously some of you here whose names aren't popping up. So say hello to me, and then I can say hello back, or not, as you wish. You're perfectly welcome to be silent, unquiet. We need some quiet ones, don't we, Dot, to counter for the noisy ones. Very important thing. Yes, happy Christmas to you, Jill, and to Keith. I hope he's there enjoying his Christmas day. Anne, hello, happy Christmas. How are you? Post-op. Anne had her operation. I'll just tell the world for you, Anne. Anne had an operation it's not a few weeks ago, is it? It's a couple of weeks ago. And I know Nigel's in soon, but hope you're feeling a lot better, Anne. And happy Christmas to Nigel as well. And Gina, I should have said happy Christmas to Les, happy Christmas to Sarah, happy Christmas to Maya, and happy Christmas to Luke, and happy Christmas to the one on the way. Dee, I should have said happy Christmas to Tony. I mean, I'm missing out. Husband's here. Bar humbug. Well, you know, yes. Aren't they lovely men? Aren't they lovely? Oh, hang on. Shh, there's one coming in. Thank you, darling. Just saying how lovely men are. That's a decent cuppa. That'll keep me going for a while. Hi, Karen. Happy Christmas. Lovely to see you. Hubby is cooking. Hey, fantastic. Now, that is a good man. That is a good man, and he's cooking so you can watch your fave Christmas artist. Thank you, Maria. And what an excellent hubby. Can we all borrow him? A cooking man. Sitting down better now. Good. I knew Nigel's was just after Christmas, not long now. Good. Well, hopefully you're all going to be more comfy in that family soon. Hi, Debbie. Ah, oh, bless him. Thank you. Thank you. And I will put in plenty of so's, I imagine. You know, I'm working up for one when I turn the camera down, you know. So, here we go. Hi, Yvonne. Happy Christmas. Hi, Robin. Happy Christmas. So over in Australia, you're nearly at the end of Christmas Day, aren't you? You'll have done all the opening and presents, and you're probably all happily, you know, in your cups by now. Over here, well, for me, we're just getting up and getting going. I've been up a little while, only because I had to iron all the fabrics I'm going to print today, which I'll show you in a minute, and I'll show you how I made them as well. Lovely, lovely session for today. Really, really looking forward to it. Does anybody remember these bad boys? making these spiny fish many years ago now. I think I did all of these in the studio here, but before it was decorated. So that would have been when we first moved here, 2016. Because I remember doing them in here with a camera. Yes, with a camera which only shot about 20 to 25 minutes in one video, and then it would turn off on me. So the videos all ended up with, oh, it's going to end in a minute, it's going to end in a minute. So I think it took about 11 videos to get these printed. But this was the same sort of idea, printing elements to then make collages. I mean, honestly, surely on Christmas Day, no one is knocking at the door with the post. Even Amazon aren't delivering today. Hi, Liz. Steve? Boys? Boys? That must be a cat.
Yes, that's right.
10:15. Ah, you've had a good, oh, well, that's good. You're set up. What's it called when the kids drink ahead of going out? Preloading. You've preloaded on sleep. Yes, happy Christmas, Dad. So it's a lovely way of working this. So that's what we're going to be doing today. Not fish, but that idea of, and I made loads of these, look at them all. Look at them all. I made enough to make a big hanging. I just haven't made the hanging yet, but I have made a lot of small collages, as you can see. Hi, Judith. Happy Christmas up in Whitby. Have you been for a swim this morning? Have you been swimming yet this morning, Judith? Judith is by the sea in Whitby, one of my favourite towns in North Yorkshire. Are you in North Yorkshire or East Yorkshire? You'll be East Yorkshire, will you? Anyway, Yorkshire, that's the main thing. And goes swimming in the sea. Your spiny fish. Yeah, he was a lovely chap, wasn't he? He was a lovely stud. I just remember the excitement of doing all of these, doing these pieces. I'll put those ones back because I've got the newer ones to show you. Oh. Just give it a couple more minutes for people to arrive, and then I'll push down their thing. From Whitby, yes, I'm Gulliver. I hope he's having a good Christmas. Do you know, he hangs around here as well, you know. I don't consider it a proper seaside Newport at all. But, you know, we are by the sea, muddy though it is. And we do get Gullivers. Wendy, happy Christmas. Lovely to see you. Oh, that's nice to hear. I love being missed. I love being missed. I like being appreciated. It just makes me an exceptionally happy woman. I suppose I should say happy season's greetings to you. Season's greetings to you, Wendy. And we've just had the winter solstice, haven't we? My favourite one, because we're on the way to spring. We're on the way to spring. As soon as we get to that 22nd of December, as far as I'm concerned, just bear with me for 10 seconds. Steve, could you close some blinds? We're just going to close the blinds to the front of the house because they must be shouting at everything that passes by on the road, cats particularly, but also squirrels, birds, pigeons, anything like that. I haven't got a cleavage top on today, although if I get excited, you know, I can probably get down to a bit of that. My old man is on the phone to somebody, I have no idea who. I'm now chasing around trying to stop the dogs barking. Merry Christmas, Leslie. Beachy dog walk. And a great day for it too, because it's lovely and mild, and as long as it's not raining. No, I know, I can't wait for the longer days either. I really don't like, although it's beautiful colour-wise, the autumn, you know, there's all that gorgeous autumn colour, but from September onwards, I just feel, oh, it's such a long time now and downhill, and it's getting darker and darker. Now, you're very welcome, Frank. You know, I'm always happy to oblige with a bit of cleavage, if I possibly can. But now, you know, I don't mind that we've got cold months to come, because I think it's just getting lighter and lighter. It's the light. It's the light. I so miss that light. Oh dear. Oh dear. Hello, Leslie. Anyway, happy Christmas. And to Pete. And to the kids. That's the dogs, obviously. Raining here. Oh, bugger. Bugger. Well, it isn't here yet, although it's very, it's what I call bad hair. It's bad hair out there because it's damp and mizzly, and my hair's definitely going to frizz the second I get. I'm in here with the aircon on cold to try and keep me cool, because actually it's humid and and warm. So I got my Christmas jumper because last year it was absolutely freezing. Of course it was, because we had a massive energy crisis. The heating bills had about quadrupled. None of us could afford to turn it on. So of course we had an absolutely freezing winter. This year it's really mild. What is that going on? Oh, it's the calf lick. It's the calf lick. Don't know why it's called a calf lick unless it looks like a calf's lick. Yeah, frizzy, yeah, you've got the sympathy, haven't you there, Pauline? It's really annoying when you've just ironed it all out at great length with your tongs, and then you walk outside and it just goes boof. Hi, Carol, how lovely. 38 degrees over there. Yes, you're pretty warm. Humid? 38, I think, over here, we would all just basically, we can't cope with that. When it happened to us summer before last, we were just in desperation. I think we all just, well, I did. I just stopped, just couldn't function in that heat. I'm hoping you're somewhere with air conditioning, Carol. Hi, Suzanne. Lovely to see you. Happy Christmas. Oh, no, that's a raining here. Miserly weather. Drench. That's drench. That sounds like a good word. Hang on, that's two people shot past me. Hi, Margaret. Happy Christmas. Oh, you're very, very welcome. To be honest with you, for me, Christmas Day now is never going to be. It's just lost, hasn't it? You know, good old Nikki, die on Christmas Day, and no one's ever going to forget that, are they? So for me, actually, spending time here with friends, with people, I find it a very pleasant thing to do, something a bit creative, and it gets, for me, it's getting the day past, which is what I really want. Off you go, Dee, to be a domestic goddess. Enjoy yourself, get the sprouts. And have you got family with you today? I meant to ask you that earlier. I'll ask you it later if you've gone. But have a lovely day. Happy Christmas to you all down there. Down, is that right for Devon? I think it is. I think you're down from us. Hi, Lorna. Happy Christmas. Hi, Joan. Happy Christmas. Oh, you're more than welcome. I was just saying it helps get me through the day. I actively look forward to it. You know, I don't have many family left now, and my best ones are gone. And it's just, to me, my family, I suppose, now are my friends and colleagues and my textile world. So it's really, really nice for me to spend time with you here. So, hi, Gail. Lovely to see you. Don't worry, I'm still saying hello. Hi, Sue. Hi, Judith. Happy Christmas, everybody. Judith, I haven't got your socks on today because it's too cold, too hot. But I wear those socks a lot. I love those socks. And every time I put them on, I think of you. Just us tomorrow with the hungover girls. Aw. Well, have a lovely day, you two. I know you will do. I'll be opening your Prezi later, Dee. I haven't got to that bit yet. So I'll probably text you later. But have a lovely day, and happy Christmas to Tony too. Hi, Sue. Happy Christmas to you and Frank. And anybody else you might have around there. Whitby's gorgeous. Oh, blimey. What a small world. I mean, that's across the other side of the world. Yes, I have, Karen, and I count myself blessed for it, really, because I feel I need them. So it's lovely to be here with friends, actually. It's a pleasure for me. It seems heroic, but it isn't at all. I'm just, you know, it suits me as well. Yeah, I think we have a really nice textile community around us here. I think so, anyway. I think it's a lovely tribe. Hi, Sharon. Happy Christmas. Now I'm getting itchy because it's so hot. Plus, Stephen washed all my clothes in the wrong fabric conditioner. But that's another story. I'm not going to start moaning about that today. I will say nothing about Stephen washing all my clothes for 2 or 3 months with perfumed fabric conditioner, or the fact that I've had to spend the last sort of 3 or 4 days re-washing everything in the house, bedding, knickers, bras, clothes, t-shirts, towels, throws, everything. So I won't mention that because it wouldn't be kind, and there's no need to. There's no need to name and shame him, none whatsoever. Right, I think probably I can still see, so I can still see to say hello, but let's have a look what we're going to be doing today, because we've got a really nice session, I think. So, I'm going to tip you down. Offie, hi, happy Christmas. Of course you're making gravy, and I'm glad you put a laugh after that. Of course you are. Of course you are. Good girl. Good domestic another domestic goddess. Happy Christmas, Fee. Happy Christmas, Pauline. I'm just tipping the camera down, but I can still see. What you'll find is I'll need to lean forward a bit. But let's just tip you so you can see what I've got on here. So these are some I've been doing. So let's start with these. So these are the hangings I've made so far. Hi, Sue! And these have been done very much like the fish ones that I was showing you earlier. So they're done just using, I've used a mixture of foam stamps and my new rubber stamps on here. These are some I've been doing with, I will find the word. The Make It Personal student. How did I forget Make It Personal? These are being done with my Make It Personal students. We're doing a theme of collections at the moment, and one of the collections I have is a collection of starfish. And so I've made some starfish stamps. I also have a collection of beach pebbles, so I've made some beach pebble stamps. And then I've used my beach rubber stamps and made elements, and then started making these collages. Now these are bigger than the fish ones. These are quite long ones, and I'm imagining these hung up in a line. And the good thing about being a landscape is I can actually lay them all out for you. And they're very gentle, beachy colours, very light, but just a nice way really to use stamps, I think, and elements. So you sort of, I'm aiming for something like this. I mean, this is a big one with lots of different elements on it. Or as I say, that you could equally. I was aiming with these. I was going to make small squares like this, but then as I got them out, I liked the long runs of pebbles and long strips of starfish like that. I thought looked really, really pretty, and so I wanted to keep them like that. But you could do them any shape you like, and what I will do is when we'll have this video today, and then when I make up the elements we make today into collages, I will do another video so that you can actually see what I do with them, because I think a lot of things in textiles, we make samples or we make materials. What we don't necessarily look at is what we're going to do with them afterwards. And increasingly as I get older, I need to do something with them because I've got so much stuff. So I really love those. And they will also be, from a very practical point of view, which I have to be, these are going to be really useful for me at shows, because I can then use these as samples of things that you can do with the rubber stamps. Hi, happy Christmas, Stella. So those started life like this. This is the palette. These are the palette of materials I made for this. So I kind of joined them together, what I've got left, and you can see I've made loads. So I've got kind of background pieces, and then I've got ones that are in long strips, which I've cut to assemble. So I've got those ones. Then I've got ones that are in single pieces to use, because I find creating a composition when I've got materials sorted out like this much easier than taking a pile of made materials and just trying to work it out from scratch. So with this kind of thing, I can start off with one element and add another and work out what I'm going to do. I've also got, we won't be doing that today, but because this was a beachy one, I did some scrim and some threads. And actually Bulldog, discovered a Bulldog clip is a really good way of holding all these elements together, because, you know, I have kept losing them and messing them up again. Some lace, which is very, very beautiful. These were just some thread, some fabric edges and things, which I've hung on to. And then these ones are a plain ribbon that I've been stamping and printing to make more elements. So these are the kind of things we're going to make today, these sorts of elements. So I'm going to move this lot out of the way. Just wanted you to see. All of this took, I think, 2 sessions with the Make It Personal students. So probably 6 hours, 5-6 hours of printing. But I've got a lot of materials here. And I've already got 5 collages, so I think that's pretty good. So for today, I'm wanting to trial some of my other stamps and make more pieces to go with them. So I've got my rubber stamps here. And the ones that I haven't got things of are the leaves, which I would like some samples of, and I haven't got any of pods. I have got the beach ones, so it'll probably be leaves and pods we're going to do today, but you know, I can't guarantee that, because I may see a rogue beach thing, particularly some of these little seaweeds I find incredibly useful for filling in round things. So one of those might just get itself dropping in there. So I've got my a festive Betty's Merry Christmas box, which was a present from somebody a few years ago, and is very useful for that sort of thing. So we've got those, and I have pre-prepared some fabrics and ribbons. I'm going to show you how to do this, don't worry, but these needed to dry so that I can print on them. So I've looked at, I was thinking leaves mainly. I've gone in a palette of greens, very paled out, and some browny oranges. I actually used cinnamon rose, very paled out, and weathered wood, very paled out for these colours. And for the greens, I was using pistachio and forest green. So I've got myself 2, exactly, Betty's. It's a good thing to think of on Christmas Day. So I've got a pile here of very pale fabrics, and these have all been done with paint. Now these haven't even been washed yet, could wash them, but you can see that the handle is still very soft on these. So this is a lovely way actually to make fabric if you don't want to get into the dyeing and all the dye process. So I'm going to show you how I did these. Very, very simple. And these, which were done at the same time, so that I've got some other elements to use. What amazed me was that this is a chiffon ribbon. I don't believe it is chiffon. I would say that was organza because it's got sparkle in it. I don't think chiffon should be sparkly myself, but I won't argue the toss with them. But these ribbons, if I put them against, get a bit of white fabric, I didn't think this would take paint at all, but it has. And I've got it's gentle, but I've got lovely gentle colourings on this. And even more amazing was this is, where's it gone? Where's it gone? I felt some just then. Here, tulle, which I bought completely by accident because I'm a numpty. But that has also taken on, I mean, obviously it's synthetic, but a very gentle, light colour. No, the streaming hasn't stopped here. Catherine, has it stopped with anybody else? It certainly hasn't here. So that was a nice surprise. So the first thing I'm going to do is show you how to create these, the backgrounds, because it's really simple. So that lot I'll put away. Probably won't be using those today. will be using them when I get to collaging. This lot, there's my other piece of tulle, look. I was just amazed because obviously it's synthetic, but it's taken on a really nice tone with the paint. Oh, good. Which is good news because I could use these if I wanted to layer up. You can see each time you put down another layer, the colour gets a bit darker. So I could use these to layer up intensities of colours, which is good because I bought quite a large roll of it by accident. I thought it was ribbon. Enough said. Right, so let's look at how to make some background ones first. So this is brilliant if you just don't want to get involved in dye and the fixing of it and putting on masks when mixing it, etc, etc. You don't have to do any of that for this. The first thing I'm going to do, because I am going to be a bit messy, surprise, surprise, good. I think it was just Catherine having a glitch. You can't have a glitch on Christmas Day, Catherine, when can you? So I'm going to get on quite a lot of barrier cream and I'm going to try and get it up my nails because this part of things is a bit messy. I know it's a surprise, isn't it, me being messy? Right. So we'll get on a good wallop of barrier cream. You don't need barrier cream for paint. It's not essential. Paint isn't going to do you, well, it might do you harm if you decided to actually drink it, but you know, providing you don't drink it, it doesn't absorb into your skin in any way. It's too viscous to do that. It would just sit on your skin. But you can get messy and I'm going to dip my hands in it. So I'm just trying to ensure that later today, we're having brunch after this. That's the kind of time scale this family is on, late. It just means I can get my hands clean. So I'm just going to get myself, this is plain white cotton. This is the cotton I have in the shop. It's just a nice quality, but it's not thick. It's not a heavy thread count. I don't want a heavy thread count for most of the work I do because I want it to be easy to stitch through. The higher the thread count, the more threads you have in an inch, the thicker the fabric is to stitch through. So beautiful Egyptian cotton at a 200 thread count or even a 400 or 600 is an incredibly dense cotton. It's why it feels so silky, you know, it's so smooth, but it's not the best thing for actually stitching through because because of that, it's just harder to get your needle through it. So I am going to go, just getting myself a little pile of fabrics here. It's worth having, working on a pile of a few. So we'll keep that bit for later because we might want to print. Can't rip that side. That's got it. So I'm tearing these to, oh, I don't know, it's roughly A3, maybe a bit bigger or a bit smaller, but just what seems to me a sensible size. That one doesn't go into two sensible sizes. That is the area. I can't rip it. So I've got a pile. And then let's think about what colour. I've also got, just before I get that, where have I put them? I've got a little pile here of other things. Whoop. Get back, Harry. So I've got some lace, I've got some broderie anglais, I've got this chiffon ribbon, which I think is organza, I think that's mislabeled. And I'm going to dye some of those as well. Okay, the laces, hang on, dropping things on the floor. That's cotton, or it could be polycotton. That's certainly a synthetic. This is definitely synthetic, but the paint will go on those anyway. So I want to get myself some paint. What colour am I going to do? I think I'll do a blue. I've done greens and browns for these, which I'll do some more browns. So they did look really nice. No, I'll do blue. I think I'm going to do some periwinkle blue. Okay, so it's a really, no, it's not periwinkle, that's a lie. It's forget-me-not blue. And these are my own paints. I mix them, if you're not familiar with them. And they've got a lot of pigment in them. So what I'm going to do is make a wash. So I've got a jam jar and I'm going to put it in a very small amount of paint, because what I want from my backgrounds is I want it really light coloured. I don't want it deep. So I'm not going to need very much paint. I mean, I've got less than a teaspoon in there, I would think. I'll add just a tiny bit more. I usually put in too much and make it too dark. Then in there, I'm going to add some water. So that was about a teaspoon of paint, and I've got, I would say, about 150 mils of water in there. I mean, I'm guessing. And I'll give it a mix up with whatever I could find, which happened to be a... Bye, Liz! Duty calls, good girl. No worries, it's lovely to see you. Thanks for coming in and saying Happy Christmas. Okay. So it's not very well mixed, and you'll see on some of my fabrics where things aren't very well mixed. You can see how much colour is still in this. So I guess, so 1 teaspoon would be 5 mils to about 150 mils. I can't work out what that is. I think it's about 1 to 300 parts, is it 1 to 30? 30 times, it's 30, isn't it? 1 part paint, 30 parts water. The point is you get a lot of colour out of your paint for using very little this way. Okay, so I'm just going to start at the top of my pile. I've got the easiest way to apply this is I've got a big fat paintbrush here, and I am just going to paint it on. And that's nice. I mean, that is actually probably darker than I want for my background. That's still quite a deep blue. If you're using a paint with less pigment, you might get lighter quicker. But I can start with this and keep lightening. And what's happening is it's soaking down into the other layers, so I'm getting several bits done at once here. You can just go into plain water and get it lighter if you want to, and just brush it on. This is fabric paint, so this will be washable. The ones that I did yesterday, I've already ironed, so they are basically heat fixed, so they are now washable. They haven't been washed yet. I don't know if I'll bother, because to be honest with you, fabric has such a light hand after doing this. And I'm going to be making hangings, not home items, so they're not going to need washing. But if it was something that needed washing, just let this dry and cure for a day or two, then heat fix it with an iron. So just iron it with a hot iron for a few minutes, and it's then washable. And if I get the bottom one, I can use that to do a bit of blotting. You can see the lighter patch here where I put the water in. Added water. Blot that. I mean, sometimes when I've got it really wet, I'm actually able to get some of my lace coloured just by blotting off here. That's okay, Bertha. Happy Christmas. Have a good day. Thanks for popping in. Okay, so, and then that just goes up to dry. And this is why I like the light count fabric, because it's gone straight through. So I've got colour on both sides of that very, very nicely. No dye, no need to fix that other than just giving it an iron when it's dry. So it really, really is simple. Let's just lighten that again. So I'm going to add more water. See if I can get it a bit lighter. That's a little bit lighter. And you can go either way. You know, if I wanted to make this a bit darker for some reason, I could be adding more paint as I went along. But I'm going to get quite a lot of material out of that 1 teaspoon of paint, which I think is great. I mean, the only really disadvantage I can see to this way of colouring is that I don't want to be putting this in on top of my stamping or stenciling or whatever, because it has a degree, they're opaque paints. Now they're very washed down here, but they would still sit on top of whatever I've done, instead of sort of with the dye, the paints act as a resist. So if I want to go over the top of material I've already printed or stenciled, I would use dye. But for creating backgrounds to then work on, or just fabrics, if you just wanted a coloured palette of fabrics, make a quilt or whatever, you could do it like this. And I could paint different colours on here as well. if I wanted to. You know, I'm painting all one colour for a background, but you certainly don't have to. I'm trying to see where the end of that fabric is. There. Okay, so we'll give that one a blot. Let's try giving it a bit of blot with some of this. Let's see if we can get any colour onto here. I don't think it's quite wet enough, but oh, a little bit. Just, I mean, really, I'm blotting more just to get it dry faster. And I think blue could be a nice colour to put into my palette of greens and sort of lightened orangey browns. I think that would be a nice addition. Another thing I quite often do when I've got this, I might be looking at this and thinking, okay, I mean, it's still, I want it lighter, more water. I've now got, I would say, at least probably 250 mils of water. Still only 1 teaspoon of paint in there. Now I'm going to add, let's say I wanted this colour just slightly toned down. To tone a colour, to kind of just stop it being so bright, add a little bit of grey. It's a really good way of just getting nice tones of your colours. So I'm going to add literally a drip by drip, because 2 drips there. I don't want this to go dark grey. And we know there's not very much blue in there, paint wise. So I want to take this slowly. I can see it's neutralising. I'm going to add another couple of drips. And that's nice, that's just, I'll show you. Let's try and get make sure I haven't got the drips on here. If you can see, but that is just a slightly greyed off version, lighter because I added more water as well, but a slightly greyed off version now. That's a lovely colour. I often like colours with a bit of grey added. To be honest, most of my colours in my paint range have grey added. The primaries don't, but if you wanted to tone them down and just get them off their brightness, add grey. It's always a good tip if a colour's too stark for you, because a lot of paint ranges do come in very pure pigment colours. That's okay. Happy Christmas. Thanks for popping in. So have we got a noticeable difference? I can see it. This one is lighter and greyer, and I could carry on if I was wanting a bit more of that grey. Let's pop another. That was sort of quite a big couple of drips, I think. Let's see, now that's taken it quite a lot greyer now. So I've got a really blue grey now. A really bluey grey. Nice colour though, I like it. What amazes me is how much colour there is in the, how much pigment in the paint. And I think how much I'm diluting it. I mean, if we were going, say 1 to 200, I mean, I'm 1 to 2, and 1 to 20. What did I say to begin with? I had 5 mils to 150. It should be easy, 30. And then I added more water. And let's say even at 30. So a 50 ml bottle of paint times 30 from 3s. It's going to make you 1.5 litres of colour, isn't it? That's a lot. Where is it? 50 mils times 30 times 3 is 100. Yeah, that's right. You can tell I'm good at maths, can't you? You can see I'm a really good mathematician. So there we have that one, which is, you can see that this is just a toned down version. Those are going to be really, really pretty. A fabulous way to use paint up from a printing session. It is, Deb, if you've got some, and if you've got some left on a tray, I quite often pour water onto the tray and use it like that as well. So I'm going to just, well, I've got this one here, something underneath. In fact, I'm going to do these a different way. I'll show you. Okay, this is a bit messy, but very effective and very quick. You can paint the paint onto the lace, and it will colour really nicely. But you can also just stuff this lot in your jar. So I've got my lace, got my broderie anglais, and I'm just stuffing the whole lot in there, like that. And push them down, get them coloured. That's a nice colour. If I wanted that a darker colour, I could just add some more blue. I really like that bluey grey actually, so I'm going to do those like that. And then just, this isn't going to do you any harm, just get them back out again. And give them a little squeeze. And hang those up to dry. And again, these will be washable if you want them to be. I don't bother with the lace. But that's beautiful, isn't it? It's just so quick. It's so quick and fast. It just, I love it. Absolutely love it. And I did the same thing with the threads. I just dobbed a whole load of threads in here. There's that organza ribbon, which I still find amazing. That takes some colour. It didn't look as though it's going to, but it does. It goes a bit spotty looking like this when it's wet, but as it dries, that all evens out. So don't worry about that. Broderie anglais. So anything you've got, really, you could... You are Dot. Anything you've got that you could dip in here, have a dip. And if you wanted to use papers, obviously you could paint papers with this as well. So I've got a nice pile there. Let's just finish off this one. So when they're dry, give them an iron, and they're then washable if you want them to be. And it is such an easy way of colouring fabric. Such an easy way. You could paint scenes on here. I mean, I'm doing blue here. If I had my nice sandy colour that I was using yesterday, that kind of corally colour, I could be painting lovely kind of beach backgrounds and things to use. It may do. What tends to happen, because the fabric, the paint's so wet, Deb, is it tends to just bleed through. But I'll show you something quite interesting just talking about that in a minute. So, and I've got the piece I started blotting with, so we'll get that too. I'll show you. Let me get a piece of lace. You really want it to, don't you? I do, but it's too... The paint is so liquid, it just kind of pours through. Just do another bit. Happy to do another bit. If I had the paint thicker, when I've done ones darker, I have got something. Let's have a look. Interesting bit of green on there. Oh, maybe. I know I've got some lovely fabric that I did when I did my ribbons in fig. Quite a deep fig, nothing like as diluted. Very, very faint. But, you know, if you want to paint it, do it over some fabric, because then you don't get into, you don't waste the paint. But it is just quicker that way when it's not going to play. Let's just stick that in there for a minute. Out. But what you can do, I'll just paint this one, which I discovered yesterday. I love it when I discover things. I mean, you'd think I couldn't discover anything else. But if you just keep playing, especially replaying the same games, so that there's an element of familiarity about things, so that you feel very comfy with what you're doing, so you're more prepared really to go out on a bit of a tangent. It's an interesting mark there. I've had the pot on there. I can see the mark from it. Okay, so put that one to dry. Let me get some towel. Let's give that a dry. Get some wet off it. And if I did this with another cloth, you know, I could be using that cloth as well. Okay, that's very wet, so I'm going to just move that piece off. Move my water. Let's just get this. I'm working, as I so often do, on flip chart paper, which absorbs all that wet. I can take this lot off, put them to dry. They're then reusable. But it just means I can take a wet surface off relatively easily and get myself a dry one. Plus I can use the paper for collaging. Probably in my sketchbook because it's not that strong for stitching. So yesterday I'm in a bit of a hurry and wanting to get stuff dry fast. So I thought, well, I'll iron it dry. Now, if you plug the old iron in, hang on, moved him away. Okay, so there we are, a first sew. Oh, and Dee and Tony have gone. Never mind, they'll pick it up later. Let's just get some of this off. There must be one side. No, the fingers aren't going to tear that. Fair enough. So put this down. I've got a big piece here, but okay, and put that on there. I mean, to be honest with you, if you just press that on there, you'll get something, but I suspect. Oh yeah. Oh, very nice. But if you wanted to dry stuff fast, which I was, so iron that, you will get some really pretty gentle lace patterns on your fabric, plus a nice dry piece of lace really quickly. That's lovely, isn't it? Really nice, and there'll be a bolder one under here, I suspect. So that can allow you could then go across, finding different areas, drying your ribbon, and getting some pretty patterns. And that's the kind of thing I just love about what I do, is it's just endlessly learning, always finding out new things. There must have been a dry bit just there. Oh, as you can see, how pretty is that? There's a wet bit here. So we could utilise that for, can I get that bit onto it? Well, sort of. Could do better. It's super cool, isn't it? I think it's really cool, and this will be lovely to print on because it's a very gentle. That one's dry enough now. I won't get much more off that. And this one though is a different case, isn't it? So let's put that one in there and let's get that bit over it. Oh, that's got loads in. Lovely, that. Really nice. I think we could use a bit more of that in that bit there. And just go straight on. No, that's not wet enough anymore. And get this bit up here. Oh, nice splat on there. And this is going to be dry so fast, isn't it? I kind of wish I'd discovered this earlier yesterday, because I could have had a piece of fabric done like this for every bit of lace I printed, but I didn't discover it until just later in the day, and I was thinking, oh, I need some of these dry. And I thought, oh, I'll just iron those dry. Oh, look at that. think this cloth will look really pretty printed. Adding some prints to it because it's just got that really gentle background to it. So we've got a little bit down here. That one's, it's not dry, but it's getting dry. I'm not sure we'll get much more out of it. Oh, hang on, there's another bit here, look. That's not dry. Let's get this badger in there. Oh, look at this one. Oh, there's a squirrel. Look at that one. I wonder if we'll get anything off that. That's really pretty. There's a plain bit there. Oh, yes. That's a pretty piece. Get anything onto that little bit down there. That's drying off. Stick that there. You'll notice I am now not even putting the cloth over, which will be getting my iron dirty, but that's okay. My iron, as far as I'm concerned, in the studio is a heat tool. It's not the one I ever attempt to use for ironing anything decent. You see, that's really pretty, isn't it? It's very gentle, but very, very, very pretty. And if I had darker lace, it would be making more impact than that still. So I'm going to move that pile of wet stuff out of the way to dry. Just bear with me. I'll just lay it out on top of something. The iPad's getting it. If I hung it up, so that would be dry for today, but I want to get on printing. And we've got, it's not as if I'm short of fabric to print on. I just don't want it to get creased, too creased while it's wet, because it just means I have to bother to iron it. Right, more ironing. Okay. So that one, that's just about dry. Just iron that off, and that's a nice dry fabric. Fixed, washable. I mean, how? What gets me is how easy it is. That is just so easy, isn't it? It's just so easy, really pretty. And I could get another colour now, you know, I could dip some green lace in and put that on top. Hi Yvonne, Merry Christmas! Absolutely. The Crimbo video, I mean, I could be singing the Wombles. Actually, I'm not sure, I think they ban your videos if you have to get permission to have music on. So that's lovely, isn't it? And as I say, I could put other colours on there if I wanted to. I mean, that's a totally different idea there. And this is the one that I got last night when I was just ironing off some of the bits of lace and materials in pink and green. So they're really pretty. Absolute, just total bonus. Utter bonus. Right, so let's get rid of the iron. We don't need that. Remove the hot thing. The hot electric thing from my view, and let's get printing. So all I'm thinking about is creating elements. Take that piece off. I've got a nice flip chart pad here. I'm going to get rid of the wet thing of paint. Okay. I've also got a glass worktop saver here. Not essential, but I have found with the rubber stamps, they print better on a hard surface. Now, the foam stamps print better on a soft surface, not foam, the wooden blocks. But these boys definitely print better on the hard surface. I don't really want them sinking into that. So I've just got a worktop saver there to put my fabrics on top of. Chart pad in the background, loads and loads and loads of fabric. Right, let's start with leaves then. Let's get some leaves out. I haven't tried these yet. I don't think I've tried any. I've also got my pattern blocks in here. I'll pretty soon get everything out, I'm sure, because they're very useful for making in between pieces and lines down. I am not sure that there's enough. You could try it, Anne. I mean, the answer is always try it. It will resist to some degree. I wouldn't over dye it in a contrast colour because I think there's so, you know, we've reduced the pigment in that paint to the absolute minimum. But you could certainly try adding a gentle dye and see what happens. I hope so, because I know some people just don't want to go down the dye route, and I was there myself for years. Too much hassle. And you know, it's another whole lot of things to have, but it's such an easy way of getting fabric, and it's really soft. You know, with that kind of level of medium, you know, of paint in, this hasn't been washed yet. You know, it's still really soft. You could make a bed quilt out of this, and it would be fine. And as I say, you could then wash it as well. So I think it's a great way of making washable fabric very cheaply, but you're using such a tiny amount of paint. Can you see there where I ironed it dry? You see that big iron print? That was ironing it dry. Oh, I was going to tell you, cleaning the iron. The best thing I've found for cleaning the iron is not those expensive ironing sticks, although they do clean the iron. Fairy power spray. Squirt fairy power spray on, leave it for a minute and wipe it, and it gets the whole lot off. It's brilliant. You then have to shake your iron and just go on a waistcloth first, because it might have gone up its holes. But it's a really nice way of doing it. Okay, so let's get going. I'm thinking elements. So I'm just thinking of making elements here. That's all I want to do, is make elements. I'm going to turn it that way because then I'll remember where my worktop saver is. Okay, let's start with the big boy. So I've got a big beech leaf. What colour am I going to put in here? Now, the colours I was using were cinnamon rose. I used cinnamon rose, burgundy and weathered wood as browns, and that one comes out a browny orange. And then I used forest green, and I used pistachio as my greens, and I then shot in a bit of lime in some of the cloths. That's all I use. I have got, because I always do have, a few more out here. These were the colours I was thinking of using. What I find with colour is really interesting. I sort of think to myself, what colours would I like to use? And I was thinking, well, I would like leafy colours, but also spring-like. So I picked up golden yellow and old gold. I'd picked up a really bright Kelly green. I picked up turquoise. I picked up terracotta, pumpkin, blood orange, and some poppy red. And they didn't happen at all. I just didn't pick them up. It's really, you're welcome, Susan. Enjoy yourself. So I'll put those over there. I may use some of them, but I'm going to start with the colours that I've already got in my cloth, because they're just going to match then, aren't they? They can't not do it. So I've got foam rollers. If you're not familiar, these are, that's a grot. These are decorators rollers that we sell in the shop. I wholesale them from a decorator. They're much stronger than craft rollers. They're 2 inches width. They last for ages. I put my foam heads, I rinse the worst of the paint out of them, and then I put them in the washing machine just for a short wash, and that cleans them. The handles will last forever. Don't worry about the colour of the handle. I know somebody got very worried because the handle they got from us was red. They've just started supplying red handles. They're exactly the same, they're just a different colour. The first handles we got were black, the next lot for many years were yellow, and now we're getting red. It doesn't matter at all, but because I don't ever need to change the handles, my handles are always the ones that I've always had. All that I ever need to do is perhaps every 6 months or so for me, I need to get new heads. Hola! You see, I know a word. I know a word. Hello, Portugal. How lovely to see you. Happy Christmas over there. Hi, Susan. Happy Christmas. Right, so what I need, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know why I'm laying those out like that. I've got so excited about having somebody from Portugal here. I'm getting mixed up with my rollers. So let's put my rollers down here. I can't keep anything organised, I'm afraid. It's just not, that is not my strength. So I think I'm going to use, I think I'm going to use the cinnamon rose for beech leaves, or will I use, no, I'm going to use forest green. Lovely to see, how nice. Okay, so this is quite a deep green. And you could, after I finish my painting session, as Debbie said, I could then go and create more background materials with the paint that's left, particularly in my rollers. Okay, but I'm not going to here, I'm going to print. So I'm just rollering that out. So I'm doing green on green here, and I'm going to do the big beech leaf. Now, the blocks, I keep calling them blocks because I'm used to wooden blocks. The stamps, I cut them on and design them onto squares because I quite like having that to help me line up, and I don't mind this bit of mess in the background that you get when you print like that. You don't have to get it like that, I just do because I'm messy, I suppose. So I'm going to do a line of these. Yeah, I'm just a messy printer. But if you wanted to get rid of that, I don't think it would happen if you're using printing inks, you know, ink pads. I am, Debbie, yes, I'm using a worktop saver, only because I find that these print better on there than they do onto, it's going to take out the green between and see if I can get a clean one. I'm just a very messy printer and it doesn't bother me. If you wanted to get rid of that, just cut away the rubber in between. I don't cut, I'll show you one. You see, you can get it clean if you try hard. But I would kind of miss, because one thing I like to do is, so that's down, up, this needs to be an up. Is to actually purposefully work with that and put this all over, like that, and leave a gap and actually rock it round a bit so that I get an outline to my print. You see, I think that looks really nice. I just like that. I think that makes an interesting print. But that is up to you. So this line is going on a slightly different orientation, and I'm purposefully putting that extra around the edge. Come here, boy. That's him. I'll show you. Oh, I actually think I possibly just didn't even put the ink on there. Right, let's try again. I won't manage to get this lined up, but I can give it a go. That's better, isn't it? It's a bit messy, that one. Double print. So busy rocking it, I'm forgetting to do its edges. Now I'm going to need my jug of water, which is good because it's behind me. But one thing I haven't brought over is my little brush. Now to clean these, this is the only difference I think between these and the wooden blocks, is with my wooden blocks I didn't really bother too much, whereas with these you do need to clean them pretty much after using them to make sure they don't clog. So I'm going to change my stamp now and do a different stamp. So what this needs to do, I just need to clean this. Now, baby wipes, I've worked out the system for this. It's a baby wipe. Gets most of it off actually pretty quickly. I think if you were using inks, it wouldn't matter quite as much, but acrylic paint, once it's dry, it's quite hard to get out of things. And then what I like to do, just bear with me while I get my little brush. And get some more water as well. So I've done it with a baby wipe, which gets all of the worst of it off. And then I'm just using, this is an Oxo Good Grips little brush. I've got a set of 2 of them, which I have from cleaning the blocks. And that just cleans that, and that's that done. So that is the only disadvantage, I would say, of these compared to blocks, because the blocks, it's kind of withstood being, well, these would withstand being soaked for days. Do you know, to be honest with you, I haven't tried messing them up. Oh, that's fine, Anne. Enjoy the rest of your day. But at the moment, because they're relatively new to me, I'm looking after them properly. So we'll put those there. So I've got those. And let's use the other beach. Okay, and I might tweak my colour a bit because I just like to tweak my colour. So I'm going to put in a little bit of lime to this background. I think has probably been done with the forest green. Looking at it, it looks tonally as though it has. So I'm just going to put a bit of that in. And that will just brighten this green. Make it a tiny bit lighter, but mostly just slightly brighten it. Make it slightly warmer. It's warming it up. Lime's quite a warm green. Forest green is a cool green. Okay, so this is the baby version of this stamp. I do like having sort of sets of my designs. I just think they're more interesting to use. You'll get more valuable pieces. Now, I'm going to do lines of all of this, but it's going through my head. Well, hang on, I might not want this in lines. I might want these individually. So, let's just wallop those down as fast as I can whilst trying vaguely to keep them in order. And then let's think about oops, just printed my front. That's fine, don't mind a bit of printing on my front. That's nice. Okay, let's think about, I'm going to lighten that now, so I want some white. Add some white into this mix. And this tray will do all my greens. You know, I won't need to change that. I might add another roller if I wanted things seriously lighter. So here, I'm going to do a line of one like that. And then you can see that's a lot lighter, isn't it? It's a much gentler print. And then the big one coming up the other way. I think that looks lovely, like that. I really like making elements because there's no pressure at this point on anything. Because if something goes horribly wrong and I don't like it, I don't have to use it, do I? I think that's a really pretty strip. It would have been prettier if I put down the tip of that leaf. You can't get everything right all the time, can you? And then there, I haven't really left myself enough room, I don't think, so we'll put something smaller there. So that is, I'm just going to, really, I should have a, thank you Yvonne, it is pretty, isn't it? I should have a sketchbook here for doing this in, because, at the very least, some waste paper, because I'm going to get loads of stamps off these, just printing them off. But, to say, this can be used in my sketchbook. So, where's that baby white gone? The wet one. There we go. So, I think what this does is I think it just puts some sort of soap or whatever on. I'll stick that in there. And same. I've no doubt I will eventually think I'm going to see what happens if I leave them, because all that I used to do with the wooden ones is I used to just put a stiletto in them and drag the paint out of it. It got stuck in the gaps. I'm trying to be more sensible. It won't last, but anyway, there we go. That's that one clean. So a jug of water, a good grips OXO brush. I don't know why they're by OXO. That baffled me a bit, but that's who makes them. I'll put those to dry. Right. So I'm going to put something else down the middles. So I'm thinking patterns. I'll tell you what I could get down this end, probably a line off, because I've just seen them. Is something, in fact, I could use these in between two. Let's try this. This is nice, look. This is nice. Let's put this over here spattered stuff around a bit there. So I'll keep going with the light green, why not? It's what's on the thing, isn't it? And this one, I think I've called this Alder. No? Have I called this Alder Leaf? I might have done. I think I didn't know what it was, to be honest, so I just called it that. Fabulous. I am loving the pants off that boy. Okay, so let's upsy downsy him. There's something, I know a lot of you have bought some of these stamps, so it's one of the reasons I thought I'd do that today, was to give you some ideas for using them. And when you've made elements, you can make anything you want out of them. I could make quilts, I could make home furnishings, I could use them as the basis for embroidery, I could be printing this on paper. That's really pretty. You can see how this, I can either use these as whole elements or split them, and I'm loving this one. I'm going to do some of this on its own because I suspect I might take those out as separate things. Not sure. Love this. I'm going to do it again. Going to do it again. Going to do a bit darker this time. Can you stamp with the ink? I can't see any reason why not. I mean, I'm using fabric paints here, but I don't see any reason why not. So long as it's viscous enough, thick enough, Judith, to be able to get it onto a stamp. I mean, most rubber stampers would use inks and ink blocks. It's just I haven't come from that background. I'm coming at it from a different point of view. This is a way for me to get my designs made in the UK. So I think of these as stamps, not rubber stamps, but I don't see any reason why not. You're not going to harm the rubber. All I want is something that's washable on my fabric, so it's, I think there I went off the bottom, but those look really pretty. That is a really nice in between, isn't it? It's lovely. It really is lovely, so much so I might just do it again. You know, when you found something you like. I mean, this could make a lovely fabric for starting a quilt with. It all depends what you want, doesn't it? It all depends what you want. It's really nice. Oh, I'm loving this boy. So I'm going to do a line of these now, I think, down here, where I'm going to turn this stamp. Isn't it beautiful? I'm really happy with it. And what I like about it is it's pretty easily accessible. You know, I'm not doing anything complicated here. I'm a messy stamper. You're not going to be more messy than me. You know, there's blobs with my stamps. I know there are. It actually doesn't make much difference, I don't think. It's meant to look handmade. And I'm designing this one to take the fabric apart. If I was putting these down to make a piece of fabric, you know, perhaps to use as a background or something, I'll do one. I'll print this quite differently. This, I'm thinking of taking some of these strips out. I will get it onto YouTube hopefully this afternoon, Catherine. And then I'll put a follow-up onto YouTube as well, because I would like to show you what I'm going to do with them. So it shouldn't be long. That's so pretty, isn't it? I mean, just green on green as well. I mean, almost, apart from a squirt of line, this has all been done with just that forest green paint, because I'm pretty sure that's the background I've used here. Okay. Nice. Okay, so that's one really nice piece of fabric that would come apart into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 strips if I want it to. You are welcome, Catherine. Oh, I so wish I'd got something here to print these on, but never mind, never mind. Clean it. I have to say, the plus side of working like this is at the end of a session, I don't have this huge pile of filthy stamps to clean. Jill used to come and help me and moan at me. I left them so messy that the sink's full of very, very dirty wooden blocks. Now, these cleaned much more easily. Okay, so that's numero uno. Let's do the same colour, but let's do it on a different coloured background. And I'll do this one. Let's imagine this one, I'm just thinking of this as a background piece of fabric rather than printing in strips. And let's grab, let's go with these. These are willow leaf. So you see, I'm so messy, I'm getting water and all sorts on here, but the nice thing is it bothers me not at all. So if I was thinking of this as making a fabric I know, Yvonne, I know. I'm actually becoming quite organised, it's shocking. Right, so I'm starting to stop myself, I'm starting to go to think. So, if I just wanted, say I wanted a nice fabric for, I don't know, making tablecloths, putting into a quilt, I would just kind of quite randomly stamp these, trying to turn my block to get some variations. And I can also tear this up to go into my collages, can't I? I know, Yvonne, honestly, I think I'm changing. I think partly it's because I've got a bit more time at last. I'm not quite as rammed on time as I was. And I sort of, yeah. I generally think I might even have been tidying up more often. I think I might have been. Probably not a lot more often, but more often. See how different that green looks on this background? Yeah, it's a different man, isn't it? It's a different man altogether. Let's try and get some darker. So let's put a bit of darker on. Start mixing. It's not a lot darker, is it? Once you've got your roller one colour, it's actually quite hard to change it. If I really want to change that, I'd need to use another roller. Stay on the same tray. I know. Let's try and put some different angles. I'm putting them all the same angles. I'm such a square blocks. I'm such a squares person. I do like things in squares, but let's try and put some so that they're moving around. So I'm just, this piece, I'm hoping to get a piece with just lots of nice movement on. As I say, this could be, one day I will make a quilt with all my own fabrics. One day I will. I so nearly did during the lockdown streams, but of course I never got mine finished. Just went on to other things. I know, I'm just becoming a new woman. Don't worry, there's still a mess. There's still a mess. Just maybe not quite as much. Okay, so I've got that one on, and now I'm just, sorry about this, I'm just going to clean this one. Get that baby wipe on there. That baby wipe may be past its best now. Oh no, look, there's still a little white bit left on here. We'll have that. And pop it in there. Thing is, Yvonne, it is actually very, very, very quick and saves big jobs later. Quite apart from the fact that I'm so unfamiliar with rubber stamps, I don't know whether I'd ruin it. Right, I'm going to start a different coloured tray out. I've been on one colour for quite a while for me. So let's start one with this gorgeous cinnamon rosy, which I think this background is a cinnamon rosy one, or let's have a look, so I've got some that are weathered wood. That could be a mix. I ended up just mixing everything together. Drilling. As I think Stephen may be putting up blinds somewhere in the house. So that's his treat for today. Okay, that's a gorgeous colour. I'm going to add white. No, that's barrier cream. I'm not going to add barrier cream. I'm going to add some white. lush. Okay, let's see what that looks like, and let's use the little willow. Gorgeous. What a beautiful colour. I'm glad I was thinking leaves, because I haven't picked up this paint colour for a long time, because I've been heavily involved in tulips, and will be again, because Tulip Mania, a much larger version, is going to Minerva next May, and it's also going to the NEC in March, so I need to make more works. I'll be back in tulips, and I probably wouldn't pick up this colour for tulips. But for leaves, it's beautiful and looking really nice. It's really lovely fabric. And all I need to do with this to finish it is to just grab an iron it, and that's then a fixed fabric that I can use for anything I want, washable. Well, I think it's his big Christmas treat. You know, he's been wanting to put us up some motorised blinds, which of course, being a bloke, he loves. He loves the motorised blinds. Been wanting to do it for ages. Of course, you know, it's like builders never get the work done at home. He never gets blinds put up for us here. So he's been very excited about the thought that while I was playing and streaming, he could be doing his blinds. Okay, and that looks so pretty, doesn't it? So pretty. Really nice. You can easily imagine you could make a gorgeous leaf quilt out of something like this, just playing around. I think that's beautiful. I think that's a lovely piece of fabric. Okay, next, right, let's put that where, there's the green one. Now, this little one's probably too big still for my ribbon. Let's have a go on this ribbon. I've got some fantastic ribbon, which I don't know where I got it from. I think it was from Sheila Evans, but she's not here, so I can't ask her. I'll show you it. It's this stuff. And it's just brilliant. It's some sort of, I don't know what it is. I've looked and looked to try and find it. I'll have to mail Sheila and ask her. I think she came, but it'll be years ago, she won't remember. But you can then print on the ribbons. So you can get, apparently from Empress Mills, nice cotton ribbon. You see, that's beautiful, isn't it? That is going to be so nice to use as one of my elements. And I've backed the stamps now with this thicker foam, which allows me to use them like this much more easily. They came with some foam on because I asked for them like that, but it wasn't very thick. And it's probably great for however rubber stampers use them, but for me, not what I was wanting. Whereas this, to all intents and purposes, is acting like a wooden block, but just much lighter, easier to use. That's beautiful. It's absolutely gorgeous, that. So do I, Ruth. It's just, once I get going on my ribbons, it's a bit, that's why I need to find something similar. Let's see what it's like on the organza. So this is semi-sheer, and just gives me, oh, those scissors don't like the ribbon. Don't think those scissors would like anything, actually. We've got a better pair of scissors. Got hundreds of pairs of scissors. Let's see what young. Anybody that's worrying about me being clean and tidy. There's my scissors. But they still might cut. They do, they're beautiful. So that's really pretty, isn't it? You know, if I was eating it with the one that I've got, well, any of these. I'm starting to build up a nice palette of materials. You know, so I might take, strip out of here like that. And then have that. And these you can see, I'm building up a lovely palette of materials to use, which is still one of my favourite things to do. Just really good fun. Let's try, I mean the organza isn't as wide, but let's just see what this print's like on it. I have actually got a little tiny, oh, let's try going that way. Oh, cute. Very cute. Very cute. Let me see if I can get that showing a bit more. That's actually rather lovely. The only downside is it's shimmery, but that may not be a downside. Okay, I think it worked better going across this way. I'll put this on top of a, do you know, I reckon I could be printing this on top of a white fabric and getting prints. I'll put this on top of a white fabric for you to see in a minute. I put that one on top of this one. Where's its end? Because it's so, see, that's printing really prettily too, isn't it? It's very delicate, but it's very lovely. So that's another nice one. Okay, whoops, hang on, my ribbons are getting away with me. Okay, so I want to do some more with that little baby stamp, definitely. What am I going to put it on? Okay, that's very close coloured. What have I just done it on? What did I just do the willows on? Anybody remember? Did I do them on? I did them on a pink, so let's do them on a green. Let's do willows on green. Just to use this, I just like a couple of lines of them as well. In fact, on here, let's assume I might not want a line. I might just want some individual elements to take out as separate elements to put in. So let's do this aimed at that. Oops. Okay, so we've got 4 in a line there and 4 in a splat. Okay. Oh God, that's gorgeous. That is delicious. Right, so we'll just, as the tidy person I am, I'm just, apparently you can put the blocks, been getting good advice from one of the MIPs who knows about these things, onto a wet sort of sponge. So anything really that stops the acrylic drying on them is good. So there we go. That's that badger. Stick them up there. That's the 2 willows. Right. So I'm going to now change to, because I basically want to try out and get a variety of stamps on here. So next up, what we'll go with next? We've got nice beaches. What other leaves have I got here? Let's try that. Don't like having, oh hi Fiona, happy Christmas, lovely to see you. You've got to bring them on camera under you, you poor soul. I won't. Oh, let's do a horsey chestnut. I've got a little and a big horse chestnut here, so let's do a little horse chestnut. Tell you what I'm going to do first, because it can be quite nice, is put a gentle pattern down the background. I've got, so I'm looking at pattern blocks here. I'm thinking, what would I fancy? Now, I have to admit, I like piece. Love piece, don't often get it. This is a nice one, just some little leaves. So I'm going to do this. I think what I might do is I might do these in very pale green. Now to get to pale green, obviously I need to add some white to there. Let's add some pistachio. That will also lighten it. But this roller you can see is very saturated now. So I think what we need really is a new, oh brilliant, we've got the squeaky Christmas roller. Excellent. Oh, always a try. So you can see that's very close in colour to that background, isn't it? And that's kind of what I'm looking for, because I don't want this pattern to dominate. I may be too close, let's see. I may have got just too close. This may not show at all. Far from dominating, it may not even be there. But what I'd like to do is do a line of pattern. Oh no, that shows nicely, doesn't it? That's perfect. That's perfect. Ah, you've got to love a squeaky roller. Now, one downside of fabrics is the threads, the loose threads. And I should pull them all off first, but what would you rather do? Print or pull the threads off? Exactly, print. So we'll put this leafy one down here. Now I think I'll do another line while I'm here in a different pattern. So I'm going to put this on. And quick clean. Where's my baby wipe gone? Anybody seen my baby wipe? There he is. You can tell I haven't cleaned this very well before because it's still got blue paint on, which is very classic for me. Okay, and then let's do a different pattern. Just looking in my box. What have I got? I'll show you that in a minute. If I put that out, just to remind me. Might use, these are actually these are pine needles, so that could be quite a nice thing to have in the background there, couldn't it? Some pine needles. Just adds more pattern. So all I'm looking at is just adding more interest. That's nice, very gentle, nice. You having fun, darling?
Having fun, yeah, we'll see.
You playing with the blinds? Oh, we know how to have a bloody good time in this house. Nobody could knock us for not doing good times properly. We're on it, like a car bonnet. Bottle of Moe for later. That's lovely. I love these pattern stamps. I love all my stamps. But I think that, you see how pretty that is? That will be a lovely, either of them, a first background just for a fabric. You know, when you're quilting, you want some plainish fabrics. That would be a really pretty plainish fabric, wouldn't it? It would be lovely. I like that, really like that. Sort of feel like I want to do more with that. I might do more with it while I've got it here. Let's get a pinky piece. And let's do this. I'm going to add more white. Stick with the Christmas squeaky roller. Oh! Ah! Of course, here comes one of them. Here it is, Sergeant Milo, just coming in to check the situation. Dylan may possibly... Yep, Dylan's in the armchair in my study, just having a bit of a snooze. He said it's been a busy morning so far. People dragging him out of bed at 11 a.m. Can't believe it. And expecting him to go out and walk. So how pretty that looks. Just the little contrasting colour. So I'm going to do all of this one, I think, in pattern and then go over something else on it. I really like that one. So let's change its direction a bit. Not that it will make any difference, to be honest with you, because it's a very much all over pattern, isn't it? I drew this one looking at the numerous pine needles we get outside the kitchen. From a, well, it was, I think it's dying now, but a beautiful pine tree out there, but boy does it shed some needles. That's a really pretty colour combination. So this one was coloured with very pale down cinnamon rose. I can tell by those Yes. Shouldn't have a bed under the table, so I tread on the dog sometimes, but they don't mind. And they've got a whole new pack of head skin chews, which sound utterly disgusting, although not as bad as bull's pizzles. And I looked up to check what a bull's pizzle is, and it is exactly what you think it is. And I thought, no, I can't go there. I cannot have the dogs racing around with bull's willies in their mouth. I just can't do it. I can't do it. There's limits. There's limits to what we could do. Well, no doubt they would love it. But these ones are like hide, but really, God, they are lovely. So they're happy. And of course, Teddy, new Ted. They've both got a Hamish McTavish. Can't see one handy to show you, but they've both got a Hamish McTavish for Christmas Day. Which again have been, they've already had a bit of a battle with one of them, so that's good. They won't last long. They're happy boys. Right, so that's nice. That's that. So that one's printed all over. Right, now I'll wash my stamp. I just thought I might as well do that while I've got one, while I've got it out. I'm going to get into all this thing. See, I reckon all you probably need to do actually is just get it off the top of them. But let's play safe. You watch next year's stream. Next year's stream, I can guarantee, I bet you I'm not doing this. I bet you I've decided by then, no, they're fine. You don't need to do this. But at the moment, I'm being a good girl. I'm looking after my stamps. I mean, it takes maybe 20 seconds, doesn't it, really? It's no biggie. Right. Him. Right, so back to this one. I was going to do horse chestnuts. I think that's a nice idea. So let's go from, and I'm going to do them in the deeper colour. So let's put out a bit more there. It's getting a bit dry. That's okay, and have a lovely day. Happy Christmas to you all there. Right. Lush. Okay, where's that horse chestnut gone? Now I've got a big one and a small one. Let's try this one. This is the big boy. Could do both. So I'm going to print these across that pattern so that I've got some background patterning in there. And I'm going to leave gaps again on the basis that I might want to separate these. That was a bad print, wasn't it? Do I care? Not really. Could try putting one, I might want them straight, mightn't I? Let's try that upright. Let's try it that way. And there, so I've got 4 of those. So these, I'm thinking about elements that I could take and pull into quarters. Lovely. And stick them in there, and let's do the baby one over here. I think I liked it sort of uprightish. So this one's going to sit right in those needles, but looking nice. And again, I'm separating these. So I probably won't use these as strips. I'll probably use them as individual prints. But not necessarily, you know? There's no point thinking I'll definitely do anything. Now, there's a lot of spare space on here, I feel. So I think I'm going to put something else in between. Just to stick that in there too. Get that in there. Now, I've got other leaves, but what I'm thinking is I just want a sort of a pattern. You see, this is one of my favourites from the beach set. It's just so good for putting just putting pattern in. Let's take this a lot lighter now. So let's get a lot of white in there. And I might need to get that lighter, have a second roller in that tray too. Okay, that's nice. And then this is just a little seaweed. And I'm thinking I could just go down this line here with this one. I mean, I could have used that lovely alder leaf that I used before. But I think this looks organic anyway, you know. Seaweeds and leaves and trees, they all look quite similar, you know. They're kind of, they've all got that organic look. This could easily be some branches in a tree, couldn't it? And it makes a really pretty pattern. Really nice pattern, but very, very delicate. It doesn't detract at all from the other prints. And I'm going to do the same down this side here. This just makes the prints more interesting when I take this out. Hi Kathy, happy Christmas. Looks like you're up in America. I think you're, must be early. It must be early there, early doors. And this bubble onto there, onto there, onto there. Gorgeous, really, really, really pretty. That is. Those are going to make, when I take these elements out, these are going to look lovely with that just bit of extra patterning. Or if I do use them as straight, see, I'm thinking, sort of want to put more between. And you can see how handy that pattern in the background is, because these lads are looking a bit naked, aren't they? I think I was going to use these for cutting out. Yeah, I'm desperately tempted to get the willow and put another one in between. But maybe I'll behave. Maybe I'll behave, maybe I won't behave. Stick that on. Some more white on there. So with these ones then, seeing as they haven't got anything in between, I'm going to surround them with nice weed like that. So that when I pull these out, I'll have some really nice bits to use. Oh, there must have been a bit of wet on the table because I've got a very wet bit there. So that's putting some pattern around my leaf there without obliterating it. There's some of the pods and seeds that I think would probably be nice for this sort of thing too. Just putting down gentle marks. I haven't tried them yet, but I think they will be. There, I think that's really pretty. That's another one. Keep going. So let's get let's print on this one. We've done this background, haven't we? So what we're going to print onto here. Look, what leaves haven't I done yet? Oh, we've got the rose leaves, ash leaves, alder leaves. Oh, we've still got plenty. We've still got loads. Right, and lime. Okay, I can probably get a line. I can probably get a line of lime and a line of rose on here. Let's do go on, brain. Click in for me. Let's do some limey ones. Okay, so I'm going to, that's a nice colour, not really argue with that colour. Let's put this, leave a little gap to the side perhaps. Nice, just need more paint on. I might start, well no, I'll stick with that for the moment. I fancy tweaking it darker, but seeing as I've started that line like that, I'll keep it like that. Oh, get off. Really? It's not necessary. Will do. See you, Leslie. Enjoy the rest of your day as well. Okay. Lovely. Get off. So I might do this cloth all with this leaf, and so do a line like this and then do a line of it darker. I just feel I would like to get some darker elements in, so I'm going to add in a burgundy, which is quite deep. But it's still got that sort of browny orange. Thank you, Dorothy. It's such a nice way to work. You would enjoy this. Because you can make smallish elements and then do what you want with them. You can make them into small collages, large collages. You could take these out. You would enjoy hand embroiderings and things like this, I suspect. Right. So maybe this line, I'll take them across sideways. Let's do it differently. That's nice. Beautiful colour. And, right. Yeah, come on. Tell you what I could do, if I do them all this way, leave a small gap, I could put a little one in between. Let's try that. Completely different size gaps, and I haven't stayed straight, but you know, no big surprises there. You'll also find the stamps, you get a cleaner stamp on paper. It's just always true, because paper has like a surface tension that means the paint sits more or less on top, whereas on fabric it's getting absorbed to some degree, which always, you see, that's the trouble with just sticking them in the pot like that, Hilary. Now you're having to deal with them. Still, didn't take long, did it? So we'll stick that one in too. Right, so let's try Baby Lime, and he looks as though he could be a good size, a good candidate for a ribbon for me here. So I'm going to face them all the other way, this one. Try and get some paint. Oh, you see, I've left a huge gap for a Baby Lime there, but never mind. I think I've got an element there that I could cut out of 3, possibly of 4, or I could take those as singles. And then this one's going to be They Nearly Join. And that, okay, that's really nice. I like that. Let's try, let's put that there. Let's try some of this on some ribbon. I can't see how this could not be nice, quite honestly. It is nice. So just do a line of these. These ribbons or lines, I mean, if you don't have ribbon, you could just cut up some fabric into thin strips. They are so useful when you're composing. A lot of my collages have got some of this in. Just, if anybody knows what this is, it's synthetic, definitely. I had a huge roll of it. It feels something like, I would say, dress lining material, something like that. A sort of thin polyester satin or something like that. One more. Happy with that. Fancy some of those paler as well because they look so pretty, don't they? And I've just seen, let's do, those scissors are rubbish. If I get them off the table, I'll stop trying to use them. Stick that behind me. Let's just do some in the lighter colour as well. Nice, that's got elements of both colours in it actually. But if I wanted a more gentle strip, this could be just the bobble. So my kind of way of working is just to make a lot, and then I know I'm going to have plenty. I can't believe it's knocking on 1 o'clock. Lower dip it. Yeah, there's still some of you here. Come on, we'll print a bit on. To be honest with you, I'd keep going anyway. I'm quite liking, you know, I'm going to try and do it on purpose, where I'm getting the brown from behind as well. So I'm going to put on a light. That wasn't very light, was it? See if I can get some mixed colours. A little bit. So now there's brown on here. I'm going to put the creamy colour on top. See what happens there. Well, okay. Nothing much, but it might have done. We might all have gone, whoa, look at that. No, we're not, because there's no real look at that about it, but never mind. That's a nice strip of ribbon. I'll do enough of the two colours together there so that I've got a useful piece. So try and remember to keep reversing my stamp. And a light. Now you see I've just dropped my light one in my dark one, as it were. Okay, that's quite a nice piece. Yep, okay, so clean the line in the bucket. Right, where are we here? Oh, hang on, I'm taking the whole lot with me. Okay, so what we're doing here now, I haven't got a very even thing there. I sort of feel I need something else on here. It's pretty, and they would make nice elements, but I feel as though I want to do something. So what? Have a look round. It's all guesswork at this stage. Oh. I wonder, this is a little seed head, but I wonder if I put that in light colour again. I wouldn't mind lightening that brown. See if I can get a light version of that, because it's a really beautiful colour, that burgundy. Let's move a bit more of that over. Let's add a bit more white. Let's see what that colour's like. Okay, so again, I might have gone a bit too light for it to show. I'm just thinking this is a little seed head, but it's very light patterns. So, oh, perfect. Yeah, that just goes in and adds a nice little element in there without really knocking back what I was doing. Although I want a line of those as well now, but I'm going to focus. No, I'm probably not going to focus. I'm going to focus on the leaves for today. So I'm going to keep going with that down and around this. I think that looks lovely. Yeah, cool. It's another one that would make just a really nice, would make a nice line for a poddy hanging, but it would make a nice backing for anything else. So all this will mean is when I cut these out, they've got plenty of pattern on them. And I think I'm going to print this one on some ribbon as well, although it'll be too wide. I think I can get some of it on. Lovely. Okay, now I'll come back to that in a minute. I just want to try some of this on some ribbon. I'll darken the colour up a bit. Try and find the end of the ribbon. Come on. It'll go straight over it. Let's see what it's like in this colour. It might be just a bit too... Oh no, that's nice. That's nice. That's going to be a really pretty, gentle ribbon, isn't it? Yeah, like that. That's going to be a very pretty ribbon. So I'm going to do some light like that. And then a few dark ones. Some more contrasts. Nice, very nice. Very nice, and some green ones would be good as well. I just need to wash the stamp before I'm going to get green on here. Okay, that's cool. It's another ribbon. Just stick that boy in. Let's get clean. Okay, on here, I mean, these have got this nice, I think I might leave that. I might feel like that edge is too. Tell you what I'm going to do, something really soft down that edge. I think I'm just going to use this one. I'm going to use the darker colour, perhaps, but just put its tips in to fill a bit of edge there. So this is another seed head, but it's sort of fluffy and it's just putting a very light edge down there, which looks cool. Yeah, I like that. Now, I can see already I'm going to want the same down there, so I'm going to try and get it so it's just on this edge down here, so that if I take this out, the two sides balance. So I can get a bit anal about that. I do like a bit of balance. So I'm just, well, that wasn't just its tips, but I'm only pressing its tips down, trying to. Actually, I really like that. Yep, that was a good decision. Excellent. Right, let's put that there. We could try a bit of ribbon with this boy. It's time I did some ribbon in a different colour. I think with the rose leaves, we'll definitely get into some green. Okay, this stamp is, oh no, it fits on. Just about fits on, nice. And because this is a bit see-through, this ribbon, when I use it in my collages, you're going to see a bit of what's underneath, which can be really nice. So it makes a light element to add in. Yeah, I like that. And a very nice linear element as well. Whether I'm using it in small collages, small squares, or long strips, it's always useful. Okay. Right, so let's do another lot of green before we stop. Let's get another lot of green in there. I'll just get these out of the water. Actually, that's a good little system. Baby wipe. Chuck them in for 10 minutes and they're clean. Right, dry those off a bit. So we're going to do some green. What colour backgrounds have I got now? I've got 1, 2, 1, 2 on pinky colours and 1, 2 on greeny colours. Oh, okay then. Well, that's easy then. No, it's not. Which do I choose next then? I think I might go for, I thought I'd done one on brownie colour, I must admit, but okay, so let's go for this colour. Let's find a piece that is definitely, oh, that's gorgeous. Oh, this is nice, look, here's a nice piece. This is paled out weathered wood. Oh, you're welcome, Dorothy. Yes, so you're getting your dinner made, aren't you? It's not a bad life, Dot, is it really? It's not a bad life. Okay, so we've got pale green and a deeper green over here. Probably could do with just topping my forest green up a little bit. That was quite a big bit. Not to worry. Okay. Now I could do the same thing again on here. So if I'm going to print in green on the top, why don't I use my pale weathered wood or whatever it is. It's burgundy, isn't it? It's pale burgundy, yeah? This could be pale burgundy, actually, looking at it. Anyway, that looks very similar. Let's use that and put some pattern down the background. So what shall I put on as pattern in the background? I did like those little, let's use these matchsticks. So very gentle. That's lovely. Just putting a pattern down the back of here. That looks lovely. I'll have to do 2 more pieces because I'll have to do another green background, so I've done equal numbers. Haven't done any on white either, and I usually do. Oh, you're welcome. You're very welcome. I love demoing. I just like seeing people getting excited and more than anything realizing it's not actually that hard. It's just building up elements, isn't it? It's building up elements. And just as a little, I'm going to do a video for New Year as well, with some updates on things. But I won't be at Festival of Quilts next year, but I will be at the NEC in the spring for the Fashion, Embroidery and Stitch show. You know, I've decided I'm going to make my decisions beginning of the year rather than get, it's a bit exhausting not knowing earlier and only finding out where you're going to be later in the year. So I've made that decision. So I will be at the NEC in the spring, Fashion, Embroidery and Stitch, and I will be relentlessly demonstrating as always, and I will also have a gallery with an updated version of Tulip Mania there, so I hope lots of you will come to that and visit me. You get, there's Fashion, Embroidery and Stitch in one hall, there's Sewing for Pleasure in another hall, and then there's Hobbycraft in another hall, which I think is a great combination of shows. You know, some stitchers think they won't use Hobbycraft, but I get loads of stuff in Hobbycraft, so it'd be great if you can come there. Right. Okay, so I've got 2 lines of that pattern, absolutely loving it. Looks really nice. Scattered again, I mean it's actually based on matchsticks, but just a scattered pattern I think looks really nice with that. I'm going to put something down the middle, but what leaf am I going to put? What leaf are we putting on here? Oh, I said rose, didn't I? And that's a great idea. Let's put the rose on. And I've got some little rose hips, so that could be rather lovely. Might use those. Seem to have 2 of that. Oh well, it's fair enough because I'm pretty sure one of them is in there drying. Yes, I've got some little rose hips, so I might use those too. In fact, I might put those. Let's start with those down the middle, shall we? Which green do I want them in? Ooh, pale or well, that was silly. That was silly. That was me being silly. I'm going to I'm going to use this. Oh yeah, that looks cute as a badger. Right, okay. How do I want to do him? If I do him face to face, what happens? Very nice. He's a cutie. That's going to be, that's one we need to put on a ribbon, isn't it? That will get a really nice dewy on a ribbon. You can tell I could go on all day, can't you? I don't know whether that's a squeaking bird or something getting screwed in. Anyway, it's keeping him happy. He's not wandering around looking hungry. Oops, get yourself that way up. That's going to be a useful little stump. The wooden rose hips that I did were miles bigger than this. Much, much bigger. This is going to be really cute. Little stamps. Great for filling in. And that's a lovely line of patterns, I think, there. I'm really liking those. Okay, I sort of don't want to put you away yet, but I'll give you a baby wipe. So we'll call that a temporary clean because I think I might want you again. I've got two others, you see. I could do one down here. Let's do that. Okay. I'll do this one. I think I'm going to keep the darker green for the bigger leaves and for the rose leaves. So let's splatter that and put this one down here. That looks nice. And apparently I'm going all in the same direction with this one. Well, okay. That's what I'm doing. It's not what I intended, but it's what's happened. Looks very cute with its little legs tucking in this way. And hopefully I will have at the NEC in spring all of these and all of the beachy ones and any other stamps. I've got 2 or 3 other designs on the go. I'll have the stamps there, but I'll also have these samples there for you to look at. Right, that's a temporary clean for that for you. And then this one down here, that green's getting a bit dark. Let's put a bit more white in. Okay, so this one, oh, they're so cute. So I'll put this one all the same way up as well. So I've moved it around on the side, but this one will just put these all the way down. So this is going to be a nice rosy piece, rose leaves and rose hips. Just remembered I've got a sycamore key somewhere as well. That would be another nice one to use with the leaves, and is another little stamp that will be good for filling in. Nice. Yeah, that's lovely. Okay, so we've got a nice cloth. I realised selfishly I've been printing my way the whole time. Let's turn around and print your way. So selfish I am, just thinking of me. Right, so those have all had a bit of a temporary clean. I can stick them in now because I'm going to use the leaves now. Let's just get... Right, let's get you out. You've been in there for a while. Been in there for flipping ages. You have, actually. Fair enough. Right, okay. Yeah, you're coming out as well, aren't you? I'm coming out. Whether you like it or not, I'm coming out. It's sort of semi-float. Okay, so we're going to do rose leaves. And we'll do those in the dark green. I think I might just, I don't know, it's rather a lovely green. I know, I might, look at the greens behind me. I might just put a bit of lime in there. Just to, again, warm that up a bit. Lime's a more yellowy green. Forest green is a beautiful blue green. And I might like that, let's see. Okay, so I've got a big old rose leaf here. So I need to decide, do I want to do a strip of him, or ooh, that's gorgeous. Or do I want to do small elements I might cut out? I've done a lot of strips, haven't I? But I'm off again. You can see I am doing a strip. I do like lines of pattern. I do like lines of pattern. I think that looks lovely. Lovely, lovely. So for anybody who's arrived in the last, hour, all I'm using is fabric paint here. The backgrounds are done with diluted fabric paint. And then I'm printing over with undiluted fabric paint. So that I will have a fully washable cloth here. That's lovely, I really like that. Maybe I should do some separate elements down the other side. And let's put it upright this time, so that these could be ones I could cut out and use as a separate leaf. So I'll leave a gap this time, and so that I could cut through here and have these as separate elements in case I want to do that. It'd be helpful if I knew what to. Oh, I love that where the edge has gone down there. See what I mean about the edge of the block? See, I think that looks lovely because it frames the print. So let's do it again. Like that. So it's one this way. Let's give it a print around the edge. Oh yeah, I like that. I'm going to see if I can just mock one up a bit on these without messing up the prints. Yeah, I think so. There we go. That's another nice cloth. Okay, one more. Shows I've still got more leaves to do. Let's do a white one. I haven't done a white one yet, have I? And white's nice to have because it gives you such a nice contrast with the other things you're doing. So let's get our rose leaf just into water. There is a baby rose leaf, which I'll tell you what we could do with a baby rose leaf is we could just let's put him on the ribbon. It's a nice one, isn't he? He is a nice one. I think these rose leaves designs were taken from jelly prints of rose leaves. That's how I got the designs. Some of them I drew. Excuse me, I have to whip my nose. But I think the roses were from jelly prints. Right, so let's do some green ribbon. Let's dry my stamp. So this is the smaller rose leaf, which is going to fit beautifully on here. Lovely. So basically, by and large, I've got my backgrounds very light. I've got my foregrounds deeper. I find that works very nicely. It's gorgeous. I love that line of prints. So pretty. Pretty sure I should have had a cup of coffee delivered about an hour ago, but I'm afraid my man is involved with his blinds. That's really pretty, isn't it? I mean, that would work beautifully alongside those. We'll have a look at them all together in a minute. Right, okay, so I can now, you're gorgeous too. Oh, thank you, Mrs. Beatty, that's okay. That's okay, I like to compliment you all. Mean every word of it. And where the stamps have two of the same image, there'll be different sizes and facing different directions, because that's how I like to use them. Okay, so a white sheet. So I definitely think we should put a bit of background pattern onto this. Let's put some background pattern on with, we haven't used that. And it's got leaves on, so let's use this. This one's got fern leaves on. So what colour? Oh, I've printed in green, printed in pink, printed in green, printed in green, printed in... I think I'm going to do... I could do either. I honestly could do either. I think I'll go with that because it's looking at me and I'm liking it. And I may do more than one colour in the background. Let's see. So this is a nice... pale colour because I want my other prints to show on top. And it is a stamp that has leaves on it, so it's a nice background, isn't it? So let's do some of this. That's lovely. Colour's gorgeous as well. Really paled out burgundy. With probably some elements of that cinnamon rose in there, but it's looking pretty much like just pale burgundy to me, this now. Yeah, that's nice. Lovely. I really like that colour too. Maybe I'll do some of the background in pink and some of the background in green. Boof! How exciting is that? Told you we know how to live here. Okay, that's nice. I think I'm going to do a line of, I'd like to do the same stamp in green. So what I'll do is just wipe it a bit. Okay. So then I'm going to leave a gap, do another line in pale green, and I might try and get a bit of that lime in there, get that colour mixed in. So I've got a slightly warmer green, but still, I want it pale. I want to keep it pale. I want to keep it pale. No, pale. I want to keep it pale. I wanted to put another design in the middle then, I'm thinking. Yeah, that looks really nice. It's another one you could make an all over fabric in this very easily. And give you a gentle fabric. So this is just on a white background. That's a big white splat I've put on it. It's straight off the roll, this. I haven't treated it in any way. It's not been ironed or washed. It's just straight off the roll. Just our plain white cotton. Fabric paint, so this will all be washable. This is a lovely line. I don't know if it's a bit deep. Put anything else on top of, but this is, I'll hold the cloth up for you in a minute. I could zoom you in, but then I can't see comments very easily on this orientation. Did ponder this morning whether to put you on landscape or portrait, but I know feedback from my students is they prefer the landscape because you see more of the table. That's lovely. That looks so pretty, doesn't it? Pity about that white splat in there, but you know, it was ever thus with me. And how pretty did those look? That's just gorgeous. Right, so I want one up the middle of there. I'll just clean this off. I could just carry on with the same stamp, But in the name of trying to show you as many as I can and as much as I can in the time we've got, I will use a different one. This will be the after lunch crowd coming in now, I suspect. Right, stick that in there, get the rose hips out. I love those little fellas, they were gorgeous. And I saw another nice stump I could use here. Some more tissue. Or I could. No, I'm going to use the stamp and then a leaf. Right, so I was going to go with, I saw it when I was rummaging. I love the piece stamp, but that wasn't what I was going to use. Not the pine needle, swirling. Swirling, okay. Ooh, which colour? Of course, I want to do it in both. So let's try that. How well this will work, I really don't know that. Right. So. Oh yeah, nice, very nice. And it's making another stripe down the middle like that. Okay, all I've got to do now, is keep consistent with my stripes. Well, I've kept consistent with my stripes. What I've done is turn the block round, but never mind, that's quite pretty. That's pretty. It's not what I meant to do. But we'll keep doing that because that's quite interesting in and of itself, isn't it? But you can do that and make a pattern like this, look, by just turning that block round. And all of these, I think, would look lovely on that ribbon too. So one colour one side, one colour this side. Merry Christmas, Jan! Merry Christmas, I'm glad you popped in. Now, just make sure I'm getting that down properly. Dying to get into that dark colour there. But yeah, your time will come with that, Hilary. Your time will come with that dark colour. So just, that's better. That looks so pretty, doesn't it? That is so pretty. Definitely could leave that as just a light, gentle background cloth. I'm not getting to because I'm going to print leaves on it. Yeah. There, and then because I hate wasting edges, I can see an edge of my fabric down here, doesn't it? That was a bit unexpectedly gorgeous, that one. Really, really like that. I mean, that would just make a beautiful fabric for anything. Right, I want to, oh crikey, I've left a stamp not washed there. There we are, I'm going to find out whether it ruins them or not. I hope not, because that was one of my favourite little stamps. So what I'll do is I'm just going to wipe that off a bit, and I'm going to just put a quick line of all pink down this edge so that I've gone right across it. Yeah, I love it when I sort of do something sort of ish by accident and then think, oh yeah, no, that looks really nice. Always good. Right, we'll clean you. How could I forget this badger? So he's been sitting from whenever we last used him. Half an hour ago? Let's see. Probably longer. You can see the acrylic around the edges isn't coming off as easily. It's coming off the top though. So I'm going to put him into soak and see what happens. Good trial, because I'd like to be able to chuck them down for half an hour, I must admit. Sort of. Except that then I've got a lot to clean up all at once. This the whole cleaning malarkey is just ripe with decisions that are difficult to make. Right, we'll clean off that one and get him out. He's all done. Right, so onto here. Gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Really love that fabric. Really like that. Okay. I was going to print, right, I haven't printed the ash leaves or the alder leaves for their own sakes yet. So I've done the limes, done horse chestnuts, I've done willows. I think I might have done nearly all the leaves now, which is great. Because that's my aim for my samples, is to do them all. Right, okay, so let's try the, I'm going to try the ash down the middle. Now, the ash is long and thin. Ah, hang on, I've got one ash and one alder. Be good if I had, is that baby ash? That's baby ash, and somewhere there must be big alder. Hiding. Have I used it? No, that's a feather, that's the feather. Also long and thin. What's that? That's a rose hip. Did I use? I'm sure I used the small alder before, so it's there, isn't it? There we are, look. So they're both long thin stamps. So I'm just thinking to myself how to print them. You know, an obvious way is a nice line like that. Let's try that. And I'm going to use this nice burgundy, I think. Let's see how that looks. I don't know if I've got enough paint on there, but we'll find out. Oh yeah. Nice. Now I could do big. Now, I could turn that. See what I've done. Let's do one like this. I've put these so that they're angled in different directions. You see? They're both facing different ways. So really, I'm going to put them both like this and do a line like this. That's what's called a bad print. I don't mind the mess around the edge, but I quite like my leaf on there. Hello, magpies. Hello, Mrs. Speedy. Happy Christmas. Yes, happy Christmas. What happened there? Completely chopped its head off. There we go. Put it back on. That's nice. I'm going to change now. I'll put one more like that so that I've got 7 if I wanted to use that as a segment. I like that. I think that's pretty. Yeah, I think it does too. Oh, Merry Christmas, Joe. Lovely to see you. Long time no see, so really lovely to see you. Okay, let's try. See, the other thing I thought I could do is reverse the leaves, which I also like. It's a different pattern. Actually, just let me, I'm no good at things in reverse. My students will tell you that. Can't think in reverse, but it looks to me like, yeah, they're still going different ways that way. So let's do that. I like that. They're chatting away out there, those magpies. Oh, we're starting to have to go. I bet they're in the bird bath. No, we're not. I bet you are somewhere. I can hear you chat, 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 chat. I like the noise they make. Okay, so that's a nice strip of ash leaves. We've got some good ash there. Good ash, not good hash, good ash. Okay, and in goes the ash leaf. And, whoops! Chatty little devils, aren't they? And in goes that ash leaf. Right, let's try the alder. So, ooh, where are we going to put it? I'm going to put it down this line. So I think I'm going to stick with the deep burgundy because I think that's what's going to show the best down here. I might just add a little element of cinnamon rose. That's okay, Pauline. Have a lovely day. Say happy Christmas to Pete. Have a good day, you lot. Down in the old smoke. Right, okay, that's a nice colour. Let's go with that. So let's see what this likes. I said I was going to print on the green, so let's try and do that. So again, I've got a long thinny, so let's try this one like this. This one has a bit more of movement in its stem, I think, which I think looks really pretty. What is that magpie up to out there? It is in the bird bath. They're actually in, I've got a huge bowl of water I keep for the dogs outside. That's what they're in. Okay, Lee, no worries. Happy Christmas. Have a nice time with your daughters. That's pretty. You can see it just, it's slightly different, isn't it? It's just got that curve to that stem. Nice, like that. And let's try adding in a baby, little baby alder. I'll actually make sure I put it on the whole stump, that would help. Put that towards the middle, that's really pretty too. So big alder. Slip of tea, little alder. Gorgeous. Loving it. I make a definite point of loving my own stuff. Yeah, it might sound arrogant and big-headed. I just think it's important to like your own stuff. Yeah, if you don't like it, why would anybody else? So, and if you like it, it doesn't really matter whether anybody else does. Okay, I think that's a really pretty pattern. So I'm going to nudge them up closer, apparently. It looks like I am, because that's what I've just done. Nice. Nice, nice. Okay. Oh, there goes the drill. Just hope he doesn't hit any water pipes or electric cables. That wouldn't feel very Christmassy to me at all. Okay, I really like those. So again, I've got some different options of lines there. And I'm just going to keep this one because I think the other way I could use this. Let's just get the worst of the brown off it because I'm going to print in green now over here. So I'm going to print in green over. Printing green over that pink background. So let's get our deeper green going. So I think the other thing I could do, I didn't really use the big one or the little one I could possibly get. See, I'm thinking I could do them, I think I might even be able to, well certainly I could get a pair of these, look, 1, 2, nice. And I could take that out as an element. Do it again, 1. I got the first one so clean, didn't I? If I concentrate, I can. It doesn't help I'm inking up my blocks with great big rollers, but yeah, that's nice. Let's try that with the bigger boy as well. I think that will also look nice. I'm keeping it separate so I can use these as different elements. Nice. Or of course I could do them together. So we could have, there's just room down here to do another one, a big one and a little body. Lovely. Okay, I've got a gap down there, so we'll just have one more sideways one down there. And now, because I've got gaps between them, inevitably I start thinking, well, I could just put a bit more pattern in there, and I probably could. I can just about ram, I think, all these blocks in here, and then I'll wash them in a minute. So the last bit, and then we'll have a look at what we've done. And then I need brunch. Right, so what can I put in between there? What about those gorgeous little rose hips? Bit of a peculiar one to put in between, but I think would look nice. That is a nice one with a nice bit of attitude to it. Let's use this one. So I'm going to do it in, sort of palish. Whoa, that's going to make a right old mess, this. Never mind. How am I going to do them? I think like that. Nice. I need some more paint. You see, I'm trying not to put more paint out on my tray. But it's a false economy because actually what happens with it, it just doesn't print very well. So let's get enough paint. And let's have one like that. And yeah, okay, I'm not sure about back-to-backing them like that. Well, I don't know, they look like a chestnut like that. I think they're better done like that. That's nice, okay. Let's try that again. Yeah, I don't like things all going the same direction. That's why I keep moving them around. Okay, I'm going to try something else. I like those better in a line. Ooh. Well, that's a bit unusual. This is where I accidentally cut one of my square stamps into a strip. But you see, there's no reason why you couldn't do that if that seems more useful to you. And actually, that seems very useful at the moment, doesn't it? Let's put that in there. A bit quirky because it's a very linear pattern. Just going to put a bit down there and there. I like that. Let's do that again. Yeah, that makes nice boxes for things to sit in. So this is part of one of these sorts of stamps. Where's the big one? See, there's the other bit of it. I have got a full-sized one as well. I have to have another one, but I just accidentally cut it to the wrong shape. And obviously that is now an unsaleable piece of stuff, but that's quite cute for making, look. I can put my leaves in little boxes, which I know I'll like. And then straight away, I will like that. Not much room there, but I can get a bit. Up there, I need to use a rose hip. Use a different one, doesn't really matter, I just want a bit of the same pattern around the edge. As I say, I'll do a follow-up video for this and put it onto my Hilary B page and onto YouTube, showing you what I do with these, so that you can see what I'm doing. Okay, let's stick those in there. It's a little cleaning up job for me in there, but that's okay. So let's have a look what we've done. Let's take paint trays off. So we've got that one looking really very pretty. Turn me your way. And we've got this one. and this was the first one we did. You can see how these are going to build up. I was working that way with this one, wasn't I? Stripes this way. How I can build these up into really nice leafy collages, just taking these strips and elements out. And then that was our rose leaf one, which looks really pretty too, I think. Let's have you out at the bottom there. I can't get them all showing at once, really annoying. I could if I moved everything across the table a bit, couldn't I? Let's just get you down. Get you. Just risk throwing things around. I could get more of them showing. Because I do like seeing a nice palette out together. And then that one. And you can see they're all going to work beautifully together, aren't they? They're just going to look lovely. So if we do it like that, that. Where have we still got space? Here, you can see here, look. Let's get those out of the way. Lift a bit of that. That. Let's get that one so we can see the leaves. There's another bit of that there. That's showing there. And there's still another bit of fabric. So that's a good session, I think. And that one, so that was the backgroundy one, which would work with any of those. And then I've got, haven't done many, I'll do some more, but I've got a few then ribbons that I can add into this slot. I think that's all the ribbons I've done. So I've got some ribbons too. So I can start assembling all of those. There's masses of possibilities, whatever it is you like making, there's loads of possibilities here. You know, as soon as I get stuff like this, I can't help but start to arrange it in patterns. You know, it's a bit irresistible, isn't it? When you've got something like that, you just think, oh, well, let's have a line down there. And that actually, that line of green looks very good in there. I'd like a bit more of that one. And then maybe I would have, no, too light. Those might look good on there. You just start fiddling and arranging things. And I think for me, it's one of them. The ribbon's fantastic, aren't they? I just need to find out what this ribbon is. If anybody knows of, it's 2 inches wide, I would say. It's similar to dress lining material. The ribbon's fabulous, but it's just such a nice way to compose. Really, really nice way to compose things. You can't stop fiddling. See how pretty does that look? And whatever it is you want to make, and if you wanted to make cushions or bags or anything you want out of these, I'm going to make samplers, if you like, to show off the stamps for when I'm at shows, but you could make anything you want. So I will do a follow-up video for that so that you can see what I'm going to do with these. I'll probably print myself off a few more ribbons, and I'll check I've got all the leaves and enough colour variation, but with these ones here I would have a fair bit for composing. So thank you. So I hope you've all enjoyed that. Well done to the 17 of you that have hung on in here. And there were some of you might have come in after lunch, but that are still here. Congratulations. It's been lovely to spend a few hours with you. It really has. It makes my day. So I wish you all the happiest of happy Christmases. Enjoy the rest of the day, and if you're on your own or fed up or the relatives are just completely doing your head in, get out your paints, make yourself a colour wash, get some backgrounds going, and don't forget you can just print just onto white as well and get some really beautiful effects too. You are welcome. I'm off to get brunch and a cup of coffee, seeing as Proiducts hasn't bought me one. And I will talk to you all soon. You're welcome. Take care, everybody. Bye now. Bye.